Be Live for your stuff?
I do use Be Live. I do. I do. Are we live? My screen is saying we're live.
Yes, we are live now.
Okay.
So, welcome to this conversation with Alice Andriat from Fabulous with Alice. And we just wanted to talk about live video because I know you're excited, Alice, and lots of other people are really excited about the LinkedIn Live that is coming. It's there for some people, but not for others. So tell us all about it.
I know it is very exciting. I know. Do we have somebody watching? Hello.
We
Uh,
do, yeah.
all right. Hi. So it is very exciting. I know for some people, especially people who are really very, very present on LinkedIn, and they have been for a long time, they're a little bit nervous about live video on LinkedIn because they don't want it to be Facebook live video, and they don't want LinkedIn to turn into Facebook, which I don't think anybody who's really active over there wants that at all. So, but there's some really interesting things that I've seen from the LinkedIn live video that I hope will put some of those fears for people to rest. Because the way it functions is very different from the way Facebook's function. And I would
Okay.
just say that every social media platform has a form of you post. They have a feed. You post things in that feed. You can like and comment and share. And so all platforms have a lot of similar functionalities, but it's how we use those functionalities and how we engage with others that sort of determines what's happening on that platform. So I don't think that live video on LinkedIn is going to be any different in that respect, that it'll be used in what I'm just referring to as the LinkedIn way. And anybody who doesn't use it in that way will end up just sort of fading away because LinkedIn's algorithm really won't favor them at all, and neither will the people if they're using it in a way that's not consistent with the platform. So I think everybody can kind of relax. We're just going to watch and we're going to see what happens with it. So what do I want to say? It was really exciting to participate in a live video with someone. It was Kathy Hackle. She's a LinkedIn top voice, and she's in the AR and VR and social media, and she's really fabulous. And she had a live on LinkedIn a few days ago, or a week ago now, I guess it is. Time flies, right? It's going fast.
It does. It does.
And so she did this live event that she had, and it was called AR Against Humanity. And they had behind the scenes, they had the AR set up and, or AI, I'm sorry, set up to go. And they had a human. Hi, Laura. Nice to see you. They had a human there to answer questions that the audience was asking. And so we had to decide whose answer was the AI's answer and whose answer was the human answer. So it was a really fun interaction. Okay. And there were quite a few people on. And so there were a few things that I noticed about LinkedIn Live. It was really fun. Their functionality for commenting on a live video was very interesting. It's very similar to how you would comment on anything, right? Except when somebody said something in the comments that you agreed with or wanted to reply to, if you tap their name, you're automatically replying to them. There's no reply button. There's no anything, but it actually tagged them and reply. And it was a very smooth interface, which I love, because there's a difference in Facebook. Comments on Facebook tend to be very focused on who the poster is. And there's not a lot of interaction between the commenters in a lot of cases on Facebook. Some people have really great communities where that's true, But in general, what I notice is people just comment and that's it. They're not replying a lot.
Yeah.
And LinkedIn is a lot different in that you will see the comments and you will see lots of replies to all the comments where people are actually engaging in those comments with each other and not just the original poster. So I find it interesting that LinkedIn has this feature that really encourages more of that to happen during a live video even. So it was pretty cool.
Well, isn't that part of what LinkedIn offers us anyway, is more conversation rather than somebody putting something out there and it just you sort of reacting to it. That's my view on Facebook is that people react to things, whereas on LinkedIn you're starting a conversation and you can then continue that conversation with people in that thread. So from the sounds of it, that's what LinkedIn are doing with their live. But that's my personal view.
Yes, and it is interesting because Facebook's one of their main goals is to generate or facilitate conversations. So they want that. They want that conversation, but that just doesn't seem to be the majority of what I see. In groups, there tends to be more of that on Facebook. But when it comes to personal profile content and business page content, that type of interaction is it's just not there. Whereas on LinkedIn, on your main profile, it's very much interactive in the comments with other followers, with other connections. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
There was a glitch at least I think it was a glitch on the live. And there was some other things that I think some people think are a glitch, but I think are intentional on LinkedIn's part. So one of the glitches was that I couldn't share the live video while it was live. So I was on it. When you click on the post, it automatically brings you into the live. There's no other option when you click on the post. And there is a share button there, but the share didn't work. It would create the post, but then the buttons for posting or even closing out the live stream on mobile, I was not on desktop, so I didn't get a chance to check that. And I've been waiting to check it on desktop. I haven't yet, but it wouldn't let me on mobile. So I could not do it. And I ended up it froze my phone, and I tried to do it several times. And when I mentioned that, a couple of other people replied to me and said, yep, I can't do it either. It's freezing up. It won't work. So it wasn't just me. It wasn't my phone or my connection, right? Now, the other thing I found interesting was that there were no notifications for comments, tagging, or replying. So I didn't receive, I had conversations with a few people inside the comments during this live stream, this live event, but there was no notifications from LinkedIn that somebody tagged me and replied to my comment. There was no notifications that other people had commented, nothing, absolutely zero, anything. And after the fact, the only thing I can do on the live stream now, the replay of that, is watch it. I can comment, but I can't go into the comments and just view the comments. It has to be, you have to see it live on the replay and see the comments as they come in. There's no way to go back through at this point and see the comments and see if anybody else replied to you. Now, I think it's interesting because I think some people think maybe that's a tweak that they'll have to work out. But the way LinkedIn works, on Facebook, we're live right now. I'm going to have notifications of people that commented or liked it or all of those things. I'm going to have those notifications when I get off. And 6 months from now, when someone's watching the replay of this, if they comment or like it, I'm going to get a notification that says this person liked it. It's going to, and as the original poster of that content, I love the fact that happens because it brings my content way back up in the feed, right? And gets people interacting with it again. And so that's great for me. But for the people who were commenting and engaging in that live 6 months ago, they're now going to get notifications again. And for them, it might be annoying, right? So they don't want that. Right? So I think on LinkedIn, I think this functionality is on purpose. Either it's on purpose while they're testing it, or it's on purpose for the long term, because their goal there is that this not turn into just another form of video on LinkedIn. That live video itself is very special, and that it's more event based, and they want people actually participating in it and not after the fact. Right? Like replay is great for people to learn something and have it, but not everybody is going to be receiving these notifications that are going off like crazy. So I think that that's intentional on LinkedIn's part, because I think that's the way the platform functions. It was a little bit of a bummer because I was having conversations with some people that I ended up connecting with, which was great, but I can't go back in and see if anybody else has replied to me. I was even tagged in a couple of responses there, and I have no notifications for those tags so that I could go back in and respond to it. So
the only way that you can see them, so the only way you can see those comments is to go back and watch that video and watch the comments come up.
Yeah.
Okay. Which
exactly
could be, it's not necessarily a good use of your time to do that.
Exactly. It's not a good use of my time to do that at all. And also, but like I said, I think it's intentional on LinkedIn's part. I think it's a good thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I think that people don't want those kind of notifications on LinkedIn. They do want to have conversations with people, but I think that I think the goal for them is to self-contain live video on their platform, that you can participate live, but then after that, everything that happened, it's like everything that happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. It's kind of like everything that happens on live stays in live, right? It doesn't come out into your general notifications. So I thought that was very, very interesting. And I think it'll put a lot of people's concerns at ease when it comes to how live video is going to show up on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a more serious platform with a different audience than Facebook. And so I think those people will really like those functions. Some people, the tagging thing and not having those notifications might be a little annoying to some people, because on LinkedIn tagging, whereas tagging on Facebook is annoying to people, on LinkedIn, it's a sign of credibility and authority when you're tagged on LinkedIn. And so people want to respond to those tagged things. So we'll see if they tweak that bit out and only notify you if you're tagged. But we'll see as it rolls out. I'll be keeping an eye on it for sure.
Yeah, well, you'll have to let us know, Alice.
And participating. And next time I fully intend to, I wasn't at home, so I didn't have during this live that I participated in with Kathy Hackle, and I couldn't get to the desktop, but I fully intend to test it out on desktop as well, so that I can see the differences there and see what the functionalities are. But it was fun. It was fun to participate in, and I really enjoyed it.
So in terms of how did you know this live was going to happen? Because that will be another question that people have got. Because sometimes on Facebook, people are saying, I'm going to go live in such and such a time. You can schedule it. You can schedule an event, even if the live doesn't happen within that event. People are promoting it. So how was this promoted, if you like? How did you know it was going to happen?
By accident.
Okay. No.
First of all, I'm connected to the person who actually has access to LinkedIn Live Video. They've rolled it out in beta to very select few people. Kathy Hackle, she's a top LinkedIn voice, and she's amazing. She's fabulous. If you follow her over on LinkedIn, you might catch it. I don't recall seeing any promotional materials from her ahead of time. She went live, and I happened to be going on LinkedIn, and kind of like on Facebook, when you get notified that someone's live that you're following, that's how I received the notification. It's my feeling that live video on LinkedIn will be more event-based, that's the kind of content going live for a quick talk about this, that, and the other thing, I don't think is going to do well there. I think it's going to depend upon some things. But I think event-based things like the AI Against Humanity, which I thought was brilliant. I think those type of things, they're designed, live Q&As, they're designed to be very interactive. And for me, I think that's the key for LinkedIn's live video. Whereas on Facebook, live video, it's not just the live interaction. We teach and I train. I've been training live video for a couple of years. I know lots of people who've been doing it for years. And one of the things we're always telling people is you don't have to have live viewers to do live video successfully. And there's a lot of reasons for that on Facebook. But on LinkedIn, I think that's not going to be the case, which is why people who are just randomly doing these lives will not be successful on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn's goal appears at this point to me to be that actual live engagement with others. So I think that you will see people as it rolls out more scheduling those events and promoting them ahead of time and doing that.
Yeah. So if we currently have, our own LinkedIn profiles, is there a list of people that have got the LinkedIn Live that we can go and, see?
I haven't found a list. That would be nice. I have not found a list of people who have it. And I don't think my only connection that I've seen so far is Kathy Hackle that has the LinkedIn. So you can follow her and see what she's doing. And, and she's not using it every day. I mean, she has it. I think I've seen her do 2 lives since LinkedIn rolled it out. It's not a daily thing. It's a specific reason. And I think that's what you'll notice more of. There might be other people using it differently, and I haven't seen it yet. So
I mean, it's a process. You're doing so many things, Alice, that we can't possibly be asking you to
stay on everybody.
Stay on, just
oops, I'm wobbling.
So in terms of us getting prepared, in our own businesses, for if our audience is on LinkedIn, if we are spending more time on LinkedIn, do you think that LinkedIn Live is going to be something that we just need to be aware of, prepare for, and how do we do that?
Yeah, you
Very
definitely.
I know we're coming to the end of our time.
Okay.
Yes, such a big question.
You definitely need to prepare. There's some basics that you can prepare for as far as being on camera and those kind of things. But then there's also the content and how you interact on LinkedIn. That's going to be important to know. And right now, I would say, since we're limited in our time, I do have a new group on LinkedIn that is called Live Link, Live Video Hub. And I just created it. So you can join in there, and I plan on posting lots of information, tips on just your camera presence and things that are basic no matter what platform you're using. But we're going to get really specific in the types of content that will do well on LinkedIn, and sharing thoughts and ideas and just being prepared for that when it comes out. Because you know what? When it first comes out, it's going to be crazy when everybody starts to get it. And those who are doing it right, those that are doing it the LinkedIn way, are going to see more success, more engagement, more connections than those who are just like winging it and not preparing ahead of time. So I definitely think that it's important to prepare ahead, for sure.
Definitely. So people can join you, and I'll put the link below. People can join you in your LinkedIn group called Live Video Hub with Alice, Miriam, Andriat. And they can also learn from you. You've got so many resources, so many training courses, so much that you are doing to help people use their fabulousness on camera and use live to help people, customers, potential customers, get to know you, get to know them. So, you are doing so much, Alice, that it's all is it all available on your website? Is that the best place to connect
they
with
can
you?
connect with me. Definitely go to the website. There's plenty of information there. Fabulouswithalice.com, Facebook, Fabulous with Alice, LinkedIn, Alice Mary Mandrek. Connect with me there. I'd love to connect with you there. And the group is Live Link, Live Video Hub. So you can find that in the group section on LinkedIn. And I will be putting out more information on that soon. And yeah, there's lots of information. And I think that, connecting on that deeper level and creating lifelong customers is what it's all really about. And, and I love to help people do that.
Yeah, well, you are certainly fabulous at it, Alice. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
I really could talk to you all day.
I know.
And I always leave. But I think, we've got your excitement about LinkedIn Live. And I know that you do some fabulous stuff on Facebook and other videos as well. And it's really just a case of, like you say, getting prepared, getting confident with what you currently do, and then getting your strategy right for LinkedIn. If that's where your customers are, then you need to be aware of this and just, make the most of the platform that is there. But the platform is very different from Facebook. It's about that conversation. It's about engagement. And it's about, from the sounds of it, from what you've seen, it's about live engagement. And that's what LinkedIn is focusing on, rather than Facebook, which is, it's fine to do a live video, but then you can repurpose it, you can reuse it, you can use watch parties, you can do all of those things, which is a whole other conversation.
Yes, it is.
So it's just getting ourselves prepared and being excited, just as excited as you are, Alice, for the forthcoming LinkedIn Live videos that are going to be available to us.
Yep.
So thank you so much, Alice Mary Mandrek, for your time today from fabulouswithalice.com. And I'm Tracy Jane Hughes from businesscheerleadingclub.com. And we would love to help you to grow your businesses in your way using video and everything else that's available to you. Until next time, see you soon.
Bye.